Good day, everyone. Thank you for coming today. I'm Rohan Belsa from Group 9, and I'm looking forward to talking with you today about political aspect of the self. Our objective is to describe the nature, functions, and origin of the political self, and to discuss the role of the family, school, church, in the development of the political self, and to determine the importance of social interaction in developing of political self-identify, and to describe the perspective and the development of political self. What is political self? Political self, it refers to a representation of oneself about himself or herself. It is a political position based on the interest and perspective of one social organization. Political position, it is all about, for example, the mayor, the president, the politicians rather. The political self is the conceptually discrete categories of inner and outer in reality constantly interact, shape, and inform each other. Here, the Philippines, as we know, it today has only emerged in the 1890s after over 3 centuries of colonization of the Spaniards. Meanwhile, liberation from the last colonizers, the Japanese, only occurred in 1946. Foreign culture, beliefs, language, and religion have made a huge dent on our own by setting a foundation to the contemporary Filipino identity and culture. To date, colonial mentality remains an issue. Given the wide discrepancy between the liberation period in today's time, would it be safe to say that Filipinos have truly developed an identity of their own? Or are we still living in the shadow of our colonial friends? Here, according to Kendall 1998, Kendall said that define politics as a social institution through which power is acquired and exercised by people in the groups. Man in nature is a political animal. Masyadong makatalinhaga yung words na yun. And he said that it served as a mechanism by which individuals develop power and understand proper functioning of a democratic. So here, according to Stevens, Anglin, and Josem, 2015, politics is a central component of their identity and organizes one belief, attitudes, and affiliation and aids the processing of politically relevant information. It constitutes knowledge about the constitution, government, and governance. And it exemplifies the ideals and aspirations of the people, embodies the rule and principle of the states, and determines the status and power of the people, often defined by citizenship. According to Maria Serena Jokno in 1997, political self and identity are developed through socialization, through the ways of people learn the knowledge, norms, values, motives, and rules appropriate to their position in a group or community. Through social interaction, people learn the status, duties, right, and power necessary to interact successfully with other people in the group or community. And she said that the political self is influenced and modified by the opinions, comment, and suggestion of the people. So here in Maria Serena Jokno, she said that parang gusto niyang palabisin dito that the voters, the citizen of our country is the most influential when it comes to political. Kailangan natin sundin yung mga comment nila, kailangan natin hingiin yung mga suggestion nila to implement rather, para sa ikakabuti ng ating bansa.
Political self-theories ang nakapaloob dito ay ang social learning theory, cognitive theory, and the last is theory of symbolic interaction. Dito muna tayo sa social learning theory. According to Albert Bandura, a person can acquire learning through observation and imitation, and it is important in political socialization. Dahil political socialization is the lifelong process by which individuals gain knowledge about politics. Dahil sa political socialization, nakikilala talaga natin or nalalaman natin ang kanilang pagkakakilanlan or ang kanilang tunay na ugali. Dahil ang ibang mga politiko ay pinasok nila ang kanilang posisyon o ang kanilang trabaho pero hindi naman nila nagagampanan ng maayos ang kanilang sinumpaang tungkulin. So, dahil sa socialization, matutukoy talaga natin kung itong tao bang ito ay karapat-dapat or hindi sa kanyang posisyon. Cognitive theory suggests that mental activities or knowledge, perceptions, or ideas of individuals are important determinants of behavior. Example, individuals interpret meaning of politics and then choose and decide the action they will make. Ito yung kapag botohan. 'Di ba magpapakilala yung mga politiko, yung mga kandidato. And then after that, pag-araw na ng botohan, pipili yung mga botante kung sino yung sa tingin nilang karapat-dapat na maihalal. And theory of symbolic interaction suggests that behaviors are products of communications, meaning, and symbols. People give meanings to symbols and they express these meanings through language of communication. Example, children develop their political attitudes according to the symbols and meanings that their parents communicate to them.
Origin of political self. Family. The family is an hierarchical structure through hierarchy of position, status, and power. Example, father acts as a leader and establishes the rules to maintain order in the family. Diba sa isang pamilya may nasusunod talaga bilang leader or nag-guide sa isang pamilya, nagbibigay ng mga rules like yung father niya ang nagbibigay nito or kung sino mang mas nakakatanda sa isang pamilya. This shows that authority is necessary in the development of political self and identity. School. The school's responsibility is to teach moral, spiritual, and political values that will help the student to become patriotic and morally upright citizen. So sa schools, doon naman ini-improve, tinuturuan yung isang estudyante, isang bata na maging mabuting tao. Tinuturuan dyan ang teacher kasi diba sa is pag nasa school ka, diba sabi nga, ang next parent is yung teacher, where the teacher acts as a leader in the classroom that sets the rules and regulation to maintain order in class. Church helps to shape ideals of citizen and democracy through religious teaching, values and traditions. Diba sa bawat sa mga religious group na yan, may kanya-kanyang sinusunod na teachings or values. Like sa Christianity may Bible, sa Muslim naman may Quran. So kanya-kanya ng sinusunod. Peers. Interaction with the peers encompasses and emphasizes the equal distribution of power, rights, and privilege among members of the groups. Mass media. Key to use source of information in politics, family, school, church, peers, and moral behavior that influence political behavior and political self. Democracy. A government in which the supreme is vested and exercised by the people directly or indirectly through system of presentation, usually involving periodical held pre-elections. Although democracy has several flaws, it also uniquely possesses a number of features that most people, whether their basic political beliefs, would consider desirable. Example, democracy help prevent cruel and vicious autocrat from ruling. Di ba? Kasi sa democracy, hinahayaan ang tao na bumoto kung sino yung gusto niya na mamuno. But then again, nadadaya pa rin nung nasa pwesto. It fosters human development, health education, personal income, and any other indicators more fully than do other forms of government. Democracy helps protect fundamental individuals and interests. Democratic societies provide people the maximum opportunity to take moral responsibilities of their choice and decision. Democratic societies offer a relatively high chance of political equity. Three major concerns in building an identity.
Developing a Filipino identity. Values, traits, community, and institutional factors, collective action, shared vision, means of sustainable future, and the link to generation has been crucial in the construction of identity and sense of belonging in the democratic standpoint. On the other hand, in the socio-psychological perspective, citizenship or being a Filipino serves as a cognitive and motivational basis for one's belief and behavior, thus enhancing the practice of citizenship and democracy is crucial to the awareness and understanding of self and community. The level of individual, community, and institution are primary factors that come into playing the building an identity. At the same time, it is essential to consider the following concerns in building an identity. Number 1. Instrumental. An individual act in accordance with rules. An identity is consistent with supportive of democratic processes. Number 2. Morals. Values and beliefs embody and reinforce democratic principles. 3. Transformative. Includes process of self-reflection and redefinition of individuals, institutions, and communities. Let us now come in Filipino culture. When we say culture, it's about our Christmas activities, Christmas gatherings, or fiestas like that. So that's what Filipino culture is, what we think of first of. So the Filipino culture is a mix of both Eastern and Western cultures. The beliefs and traditions of pre-colonial Philippines were mainly an indigenous Malay heritage. The Malay temperament is a basic factor of a Filipino personality. It can best describe as being nice and pleasant to others. The important role family in Filipino culture stem from the strength of the Malay family clan that served as a strong security unit. We Filipino our culture known as being hospitality, generous, etc., industrious, like that, something like that. Okay. When Spaniards colonized the islands, Hispanic culture influenced the native. Christianity became dominant religion and a Western-based social and political organization was established in the Philippines. The Americans shaped the modern Filipino culture, and this is primarily manifested by the widespread use of the English language in the Philippines today. It was from this influence that forms a Filipino character.
So, here are the Filipino traits and values. The Filipino hospitality. A Filipino trait that is known everywhere in the Filipinos brand of hospitality, respect for elders. For example is, pag nakakakita tayo ng matanda, we used to mano po, constantly using po and opo. Wide array of references like kuya, ate, tita, tito, lolo, lola, manong, aling, close family ties. Example, fond of reunions, the holidays, birthdays, and fiestas. We all know that as a Filipino, palagi natin tong palagi natin tong ginagawa kapag nakakakita tayo ng matanda. We used to, mano po, yung magbe-bless tayo. And even yung pagtawag ng kuya, manong, ganun, kahit sa jeep nangyayari, di ba? Yun yung mga Filipino, isa sa mga Filipino traits and values. Second is cheerful personality. Filipinos have a habit of smiling and laughing a lot. Smiling has been a copying strategy of many Filipinos. Example, maintaining positive outlook after calamities. Yeah, as a Filipino, di ba, a lot of calamities natin na pinagdaanan, pero di yun yung naging rason para umiyak tayo. Di ba, we used to smile. We used to smile to show to everybody that we are okay. Third is self-sacrifice. Self-sacrificing attitude of Filipinos can be seen as an extension of the Filipino hospitality. Example is OFW, modern day Filipino heroes. Yes, we all know that OFW, overseas Filipino workers, we consider them as heroes of our country. 4 is the bayanihan. The spirit of communal unity and cooperation of Filipinos. Example, cleaning the Manila Bay. Diba, Filipino, most especially here in Bicol, uso yung bayanihan sa atin. For example, may occasion yung isang tao or kaibigan or kapitbahay, we used to help them. And lastly is the colonial mentality, regarded as the lack of patriotism and attitude where Filipinos favor foreign product more than their own, attributed to the centuries of colonization of Filipinos had experienced. Example is by patronizing Hollywood films than local films, food products or Korean language than Filipino language. Yes. Di ba, ano natin to? Alam natin tong lahat. Alam natin tong lahat, especially dun sa as a millennial, di ba, we used to learn more Korean language, for example, Korean language than Filipino. Yung parang di pa nga natin alam lahat ng Filipino language, pinapasok na natin yung ibang language. And then sa food naman, may mga, for example ulit is yung when it comes to food, we used to eat in Korean restaurant like samgyeopsal, na pwede naman natin i-patronize yung sariling atin. That's it. 6 is bahala na attitude. Filipino version of Hakuna Matata, a phrase originated from the Bathala na, meaning leaving everything into God's hand. Di ba yung mag-exam tayo? Ito yung isa sa mga traits and values ng Filipinos na still running as of now, as this time nowadays, na bahala na attitude. Diba, for example, mag-exam, di ka nakapag-review, di ba? We used to say, bahala na si Batman. Number 7 is manana habit. Filipino term of procrastination derived from the phrase called mamayana. Example is the delaying of doing school works. Di ba? Pag alam natin na di pa naman time na gawin yon, or hindi pa yung nakalaan na oras, we used to say mamaya na, later na, ganun. Number 8, the Ningas Kugon. Ningas Kugon means flame, and Kugon means Kugon grass, refers to the attitude of eagerly starting things but quickly losing eagerness soon after experiencing difficulty. Example, engineering students losing interest to study more in the difficult subject like calculus or physics. Number 9 is the pride. Most Filipino hold their pride as if they are precious than keeping a good relationship with the family and loved ones. Yes, it is very very common to the Filipino values that yung mga mataas yung pride. Number 10 is crab mentality. Toxic trait of Filipinos where one resents achievement of another instead of feeling happy for that person. This is the crab mentality is, for in short, is insecurity to the other person who have their achievement. Number 11 is Filipino time. Filipino attitude of arriving late at commitments, dinner or parties, especially if they are meeting someone close to them. Filipino time, palagi itong nangyayari in every meeting, I guess. For example, we set yung meet up 8 a.m. pero darating lang 9 a.m. Pero kailangan natin gawin is to change that mindset. The Filipino time, instead of Filipino time, we should change that traits of Filipino time is on time. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you for listening. We are the Group 9. I'm Rohan Belsa, Benji Bigayan, Giselle Barila, and Venice Marga Valdez. And we have the reference